Hello there, and welcome to day 22 of my recombobulation countdown to my 66th birthday. That will be May 31st. I am about to head in and work in the classroom of my grandson Brody, who is 11. He experiences autism and is an amazing and complex a guy worth getting to know. And it means that I kind of have to step out of my comfort zone. And instead of expecting him to comply with my world, I have found the optimum way of connecting with him is by learning to step into his world. And from that place, we have some really interesting conversations that are nothing like I don't even want to say regular conversations, but the more neurotypical, not necessarily like the ones that we have grown accustomed to. Uh, Fortunately, he's high functioning and can carry on a conversation, but it's still pretty much on his terms. So sometimes I will ask him, uh, Brody, have you packed your lunch? Have you taken care of your household responsibilities? And I don't get an answer from him, not because he didn't hear from me, and not necessarily because he's being rude. It's merely because he doesn't choose to reply at that time. It's not something that's important enough to him. So the way his wonderful little mind works, it's like, why bother? So oftentimes what I'll do is like, hey, Brode, if you heard me, would you put your finger on your nose? And he keeps doing what he's doing and puts his finger on his nose. So the other thing that I'm aware of is how sensitive he is to sounds and to words, environmental things. What I'm aware of is that these amazing kids, he's oftentimes hearing conversations in his head, and he has to sort through those to because he's also hearing the conversation between me and him. He's hearing the conversation in the group of people standing behind us, or he just picks up so many things at the same time. And so in that sense, his life seems to be so intriguing and full and sometimes overwhelming for him because he can't self-select in the same ways that we can. And he is such a blessing because, it's projected that by 2020 and at the latest 2025 that 1 in 2 kids will be born on the autistic spectrum. And so who knows the reasons why? I have gathered my reasons why just through my experience with my grandson. But the truth is that this is becoming more and more of the new normal. And as much as we might want to stay in our comfort zone and force these kids to comply and be like all other kids, Einstein said, you're not going to solve the problems of the universe using the same thought forms that created it. And I see how it is these kids who, with all of the problems we've created by complying with everyone and everything, these independent thinkers see, hear, touch, feel, smell, sense things that we really need that we don't know we do. And I really believe that they're here to serve. So I am going to go honor my grandson. It is a great honor for me as his grandma to go work in his school with amazing other unique, special kids, and see if I can look for the blessing rather than sometimes just be confused and overwhelmed because I don't understand how his wonderful mind works. So, in terms of feeling older, I think because I don't have the same pressures that, say, his mom and his dad do, it becomes easier for me to be more patient, than for them sometimes. And all that being said, they are amazing, but it is quite an adventure. And I wish that my body were as strong as my spirit to be able to keep up with him and with the growing changes that are going on with him. But for whatever the reason, this is where I am. This is the age I am at. This is the opportunity that lays before me to go into his classroom and be with him and his friends, assorted, amazing, unique friends, for a brief period of time during my recombobulation visit to Southern California. So, blessings to all of you, and I look forward to my next posting, my next opportunity to be with you. Thanks.